Gosh, oh my gosh, I'm really livid over my neighbors. They are about to drive me crazy. All right, y'all, this is James from the Free Project, and I wanted to talk to you about my neighbors. And I have been wrestling with this and grappling with this, and I'm probably dating it. This is my story time. I know people make videos on story time, and this is my first story time video. So like, tweet, repost, share, and all that kind of stuff. If you've had issues with neighbors and you don't know what to do, and you're believers, and you want to go off and you want to go in, you want to go crazy, but you don't, because you know the Holy Spirit is right there on this shoulder, but Satan is on that shoulder. So you're just like, okay, what to do? And right now, I want to go in, but I'm not. Tomorrow is church time, and it is August, 12th, I believe. So tomorrow the 13th, and I'm like, okay, my kids are banging at the door because they want to come in and they want to see what I'm doing. Anyway, okay, so now we have two dogs, and we have two Yorkies. One is 4 pounds, and the other one is about 8 or 9 pounds. And what happened is that we got the new dog, and the larger dog, the one that's about 8 or 9 pounds, this dog in particular, he can be a little barky. He barks a lot, and sometimes he runs up on people. But here's the thing: he don't bite anyone. He doesn't bite anyone. His bark is bigger than his bite. So he'll bark at people, but he won't, and he'll run up to him. But then all he wants to really do is be pet. He wants someone to pet him, and because there's even a little Chihuahua that's right down the street. And the Chihuahua chases him around. He barks at the Chihuahua, then the Chihuahua chases him, and he's cowering down and running. And he's a good runner. He's very light on his feet. I mean, he just jumps over stuff just like that. And it's really funny to watch him run because, I mean, he leaps. Almost like a gazelle or something like that. Very quick and very fast. So anyway, so we've had him for maybe like 4 or 5 months now. And took some getting used to because of the way he is. I mean, he as soon as he hears something, we pull up, he starts to bark. He barks at night if he hears something, but he's gotten better, and we finally got him potty trained. So anyway, so a couple of weeks ago, last week or something like that, and my son called me and called us and was talking about, the neighbors in the neighborhood was calling, talking about our dog and saying, the dog needs to be leashed up and it needs to be put on a chain or whatever, and to come get the dog, and they're going to call the police and all that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, we're not the only ones with dogs. Like I said, the dog is 8 pounds. Don't bite. All he does is bark from time to time. The kids in the neighborhood love the dog. And this neighbor that we have, a couple of them, apparently they ran up on my son, on my teenage son, and was saying some things to him. Now, I just find it funny that they always, when something has to be said, they don't approach me. They went to my son, and even one of the neighbors even texted my wife talking about the dog and this and that. And granted, I will give them a little grace with regards to the dog barking at night, because I've let him out at night because the dog had used the bathroom, and we were training him, and I let him out at night. And like I said, if he hears something, he will bark. And the neighbors, they have a new baby, so I get that, because we have a 2-year-old, and I get that. You don't want a loud dog in the neighborhood making a whole bunch of noise, and you have a newborn baby. Moving forward, so my son was telling me about that. They were talking, how they had sort of quote unquote accosted him about the dog and so forth. And I'm like, you know what, man, y'all better roll up. Y'all better slow down, because I'm not, you addressing the wrong person. You need to be addressing the man of the house. Don't be addressing my children. So if you have an issue, then you need to talk to me. You don't talk to my kids. At least that's what I'm saying. And so when I found out that me and my wife, we were living out, my wife from the Chi, and I'm just from straight up ATL. And, we get together. It's like, we can throw down if we need to, but we saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost, so we're not going to throw down. We're not going to go there. But every bit of us is fighting and wanting to. Let me do this real quick. There we go. Every bit of it is what we are wanting to just really, oh gosh, I mean, a part of us just really want to go off on our neighbors, but we know we can't do that. So now here's my dilemma. What I want to go and do is put a sign in the yard and just say something real simple like, Jesus, help me love my neighbor despite how they treat you. I want to be a little shady about it. I'm just being honest. The street, the ghetto part of James just wants to be a little ghetto about it. Because, see, when you start pulling that out, I could go there if I wanted to. I could really go there, but I'm like, Holy Spirit, help me to love my neighbor. Because right about now, I want to go to their house and just call them out and pull their card and let them know, you don't, number one, talk to my kids. And if you have an issue about my dog, you talk to me. And we can talk about it, and I will do something about the dog. So, but at any rate, don't go calling the police and then we getting a letter on the door or whatever about, leash laws and all that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, and I'm telling you, honestly, and this is the cold, straight, honest part of the story, is that my neighbor we just walked the dog, me and my sons, we just walked the dog, and my neighbor rode by. I didn't wave, I didn't smile, I didn't even look. And was that right? I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but all I'm saying is right now, in my heart, I'm like, I could care less. I could really care less. And I'm just keeping it real, and I'm just keeping it 100. But let me know what you think. What would you do if you had a neighbor that just, whatever the issue may be, how do you address it? Or do you just walk around with a cold heart and understanding that this person, love thy neighbor? I'm really trying to get there. So, Holy Spirit, I need your help. All right, leave your comments below and let me know what you think about it, because right now, y'all, I'm about to go off, and I'm really struggling with this. I really don't know what to do, because I want to be shady, I want to be ghetto, and I want to be all that. But I'm trying to keep it. I'm just trying to keep it right and keep it Christ-like. All right, y'all, this is James on the Free Project. We'll holler at you later. Peace.